Hey guys, welcome to my channel. How's it going? I hope you're all doing really well. I'm sorry for the lack of videos. I have not been particularly well the last couple of weeks, and I had every intention of pre-filming loads of videos ready for when the baby's here. He's not obviously here yet. He's still in there. But yeah, I've barely been able to parent. So YouTube has taken a backseat. I feel a little bit better today. So I thought I would film a video. I meant to film this video ages ago and then just completely forgot about it. And then one of the girls I follow on Instagram and YouTube called Vicky, who I will link down below, she put her video up yesterday and I was like, oh, I knew I wanted to film one. And so I thought I would just get it done for you guys, because I love watching these kind of videos. And you'll obviously know by the title that it is baby names that we are not using. Now, we knew the baby's first name, because I loved the name when I was pregnant with my first, who turned out to be a little girl, and I didn't tell anybody. And then when I found out I was pregnant with my second, I told Ben, because we didn't know if we were having a boy or a girl to start with, obviously. Fully expecting him just to tell me to fuck off because it's a bit different. And he loved it. But then we found out we were having a girl, and it just doesn't work for a girl. Obviously when the baby's born, you will know what the name is and you will see why it doesn't work for a girl. So yeah, this time, the second we popped that balloon and we saw it was a boy, this was his name, we knew. But I always make baby name lists. I've had a baby name list for years, and these names are names that I love. Ben didn't necessarily love them. He vetoed quite a lot of them. He just wasn't a fan. But these are baby boy names that I absolutely loved that we aren't using. So yeah, I thought I would just go through. There's only 8. But yeah, and the reason we're not using them is just purely because either Ben doesn't like them, or it's just the fact that we had our name, we've got our name picked, we knew what he was called. So yeah, it's nothing against these names. I still love all of them. I think they're all gorgeous. But the first one is Chuck. Now this was one that Ben hands down just said no way. He just was not a fan of Chuck. But I think it is such a nice name, and I think it works really nicely for little baby Chuck. And then when you've got a grown up, I think it works really nicely as well, because some baby names, well, some names in general, like for example Paul, it's a perfectly fine name, nothing wrong with the name Paul, but Paul as a baby, little baby Paul, just sounds weird to me. And I don't think it's coming back. I mean, when I went to primary school there was 2 Pauls in my class, and I'm 36 this year, but I don't really know of any Pauls that are younger than that. Obviously older there are, but you see what I mean? Like Chuck I think works as baby Chuck, and then you've got a grown-up called Chuck as well. I'm very much like, I really like names that you can't really shorten, to be honest. Like I know Chuck is like a nickname for Charles, but I don't like the name Charles. But I would have called him Chuck. So that's my first one. The second one is one that Ben did like, and this was on our boy list and our girl list, and it's Addison. And yeah, I think it's quite an American name, but I had it on the list when I was pregnant with Aria as well, maybe even when I was pregnant with Mika. I just think it's a really nice name, and it is one that you could shorten. People could shorten it to Addie, which is one of the reasons, or Ad, and I absolutely hate Ad because I had an ex-boyfriend called Adam who was an actual dick face. And yeah, that kind of put me off a little bit, but I think Addison as a name is just lovely. And I do think it works for boys and girls. But that was one, Ben did like that one as well. We obviously, this baby has a first name, and then he has 2 middle names as well, and we kind of had this list for the middle names more than anything, because obviously we knew his first name straight away, so these would have been middle names. Or if he comes out, I mean, if he comes out and he doesn't look like his name, we might end up calling him something else. So the next one is another one that Ben liked, and it was Striker. This was a name that we had on our list before we knew that Aria was a girl, and I know quite a lot of people will be like, that is a horrible name, but it's, people will say it's kind of like a football type name, which it is, I suppose, but we both really liked it. I thought it was a really nice strong name, and you can't really shorten it. Like, I don't think you could call it like Stry, because that just sounds weird. But yeah, we both really liked Striker. A similar one to that, but it wasn't on this. We both liked Ryder, but then obviously Paw Patrol happened, and Paw Patrol ruined the name Ryder. I'm sure it ruined the name Ryder for absolutely loads and loads of parents. As Paw Patrol probably ruined the name Sky as well for lots of parents. But yeah, Striker was on the list, but it just, I don't know, it just maybe felt a little bit too American for this country, because I am in the UK, and obviously people can call their babies whatever they want, but we're Norfolk, and Striker could easily be like Striker, and then it just doesn't sound as nice. Norfolk accents can ruin a lot of names. I love Norfolk accents. I am Norfolk, but we can ruin a lot of names. The next one is one that I have liked maybe since I was 18, 19, and it's Kenzie. And I don't even know if I told Ben about this one, but I really like the name Kenzie. I think it's lovely. And again, the only reason I didn't sort of push for it was because it could be shortened to Ken or Kenny, which I'm just not a fan of. But Kenzie, I think, is just a really lovely name, and I don't know anybody called Kenzie. I don't know any children called Kenzie or any grown-ups called Kenzie. I just think it's a really lovely name. My old surname actually used to be Cairns, and that would have sounded really weird, like Kenzie Cairns sounds horrible. And I'm obviously not a Cairns anymore. I changed my name, but yeah, I think Kenzie is a really lovely name, as long as it didn't get shortened. And people, obviously people can shorten names, but you can just you can tell them not to. Like Mika, my eldest, I had a couple of people when she was little calling her Mickey, and I was like, oh hell no, don't do that. That is not her name. Her name is Mika. And you can't really shorten it other than to Mickey, which I just full on will, whoever says it, I'm just like, nope. No. One of my friends calls her Mika Moo, which is fine because it's still, her name's Mika. She just puts Mika Moo at the end, which I love. I think it's really cute, but you can't shorten Mika. I don't think. If you can think of a way of shortening Mika that isn't Mickey, let me know. And then obviously Aria, we do shorten her name to Ari, because Ari is the name that I originally, I just love it. I love the name Ari. I love the name Aria as well. But yeah, we do call her Ari, and she refers to herself as Ari. So I kind of let her, she says I'm Ari, and I kind of let her get away with that. And it's not like changing the name completely. Everyone's gonna be like, shut up, you're talking rubbish. But yeah, I do call her Aria most of the time, but she does refer to herself as Ari, so we kind of leave that to her. At nursery, she says she asks people to call her Ari, so we let her do that. She's 3. The next name is another name that Ben vetoed straight away. He just didn't like it, and it was Cole. This was another name that was on my list when I was pregnant with Aria as well, and I just absolutely love it. And I think I fell in love with the name from watching Mr. Holland's Opus, which is a film, and I've watched it so many times and I absolutely love it. And the little boy in that is called Cole, and I just think it is an absolutely gorgeous name. I still, if he comes out and he doesn't look like his name, it is still in my top 3. Cole, I just love. I think it's beautiful. Again, it wouldn't have gone with my previous surname, Cole Cairns. I don't like that, but our surname now is fine. Our surname Pert, if anyone is like wondering. Pert Face, obviously, that was just what someone called me, so that's what my channel name was, but our surname is Pert, and I think Cole Pert sounds nice. It's a really strong name, but it's still a really pretty name. And I don't think I think it probably, obviously it started off in America, but I think it is coming more over here. And I think I loved this name. I don't even know when I first watched Mr. Holland's Opus. If you haven't seen it, you need to go and watch it. It's just a lovely film. And it'll make you cry. It makes me cry. And I don't, this is like before babies. I didn't cry at anything. I was like dead inside. Now I cry at everything. But yeah, Cole, I just think it's gorgeous. The next one is another one. Ben, literally, as soon as I said it, he was like, nope, refused point blank, and it is Dash. And yeah, I still think Dash is a lovely, lovely name. He just, I don't know, I think there's some names that you just veto, you just instantly know that you don't like, and Dash was one of the ones that Ben, full stop, just would not even, I wouldn't even talk about it, just said no straight away. But I think Dash is a lovely name. Yeah, I don't know where I heard it. If anyone knows, like if I've watched a TV programme and someone's called Dash and I haven't even noticed, let me know, because I'm sure I must watch films and TV programmes and like get names from it without even knowing. So if there is a TV programme with somebody called Dash in it, let me know. I've only just started to watch the Kardashians, and I know their store is called Dash, but I liked the name before I saw that, so I don't think it was that. I hope it wasn't. Why would I name a baby after the Kardashian shop? The next one, I don't even think I told Ben, but this one is Mateo. And I love this because of Jane the Virgin. Anyone that watches Jane the Virgin will know her son is called Mateo, and I think it is an absolutely beautiful name. Not sure, again, it would work in Norfolk, but I just think it's lovely. I think in Norfolk it gets shortened to Matt or Matty, which I'm not a fan of. Yeah, I think if I maybe lived, I don't know, in London or something with different accents, I don't know, I just think Norfolk would just ruin the name Mateo, and I do think people would, regardless of how you said to people his name is Mateo, I think people would shorten it to Matty or Matt. I've got a cousin called Matt, nothing against the name, I just don't particularly like it. So, and his name's Matthew, but I've literally never called him Matthew, his name is Matt, and he's my cousin. And then the last name is one that, again, this is one that Ben did like, and it is Carter. Yeah, I think it's a very strong name, and it's another one you can't really shorten it, which is an appealing point for me, but it is very popular at the moment, very, very popular. And although I loved it, I think it's in like the top 20 names in the UK at the minute. And I have always tried to name the kids names that are a little bit more unusual, so there's not like 6 of them in the same class kind of thing. Like, I love the name Harry, but I had a dog called Harry, and then there's like 4 Harrys at school, and it's just, I wanted the girls to, and obviously this baby, to have a name that they might not necessarily meet other people with the same name as them. And it's nothing against popular names. I love, like, some of our friends have got kids with very popular names and they suit them and it's lovely. But for me personally, I didn't want to have names that were too popular. And Carter is very popular. And I didn't actually realise, but Aria is in the top 10 of the UK names. And like, when we named her, we didn't know that. And she is Aria, like a piece of music in an opera, not Arya from Game of Thrones. And we didn't actually watch Game of Thrones until this year. And yeah, and everyone says, oh, don't worry, because Arya's a really badass character. But that's Arya, A-R-Y-A, and she is Aria. And to me, they're completely different names, but people do always assume that she is named after Game of Thrones, which she is not, because it is shit. Don't at me. It's rubbish. I was so disappointed. Anyway, that was boy baby names that we're not using. If you guys like this, please do give it a big thumbs up and let me know. I do have all of our girls' names that we didn't use, so if you want to hear those as well, let me know in the comments and I will film that video as well. But yeah, I hope you know what names down below that you either loved or weren't brave enough to use, or have got picked for your future babies, let me know, because I absolutely love hearing about baby names. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye guys.